It has been a busy couple of weeks for me. First, I was in Wyoming for a wedding, and then I was in New York for a couple weeks cat sitting, and it was also my birthday while I was in New York. So needless to say, there have been a number of pickups since the last time I did a pickups video or a wants video. Welcome to my channel. My name is James. One thing that I do want to say is I've been on a downsizing journey for a while, and I understand that it is a little bit hypocritical to sit there and talk about new pieces, especially as recent as I just did one. But I do want to talk about the nuances behind a few of these pieces, as well as a number of the things that I got rid of in order to get them and why I did that. But let's get into the video. So number one, and these are going to be in no particular order, mainly because there's a lot of nuance behind everything. But first is going to be my Factors denim trousers. If you're following on my TikTok, I wore them a few different times while I was in New York. And this has a bit of a unique story to it. No, you cannot get Factors trousers in New York. They don't sell them. They are a Atlanta-based kind of menswear suiting. I wouldn't even say they're menswear. They're a suiting company that does a lot of unisex stuff. And I have been obsessed with them for such a long time. My buddy is also a bit of a fashion person, and he bought these probably 6 months ago to a year ago, but they never fit him right. So over the last like 6 months, I've really been like, dude, what are you doing with these pants? Like, what's your thought on them? Are you wearing them? Are you gonna get them tailored? Because they were way too big for him. So when I was going out to New York, I decided to just shoot my shot and be like, bro, I'll trade you my Lady Whitecoat weekday trousers for these. So if you're not familiar, my weekday trousers were a pair of trousers that I bought, and they were supposed to be my like skinny pants, the pants that I wore when I lost the weight that I wanted to get. And honestly, I got to where I wanted to be on my weight, but the issue that I had is because I'm cycling so much, I actually am like perfect in the waist with those, but they're too tight around my quads and my legs and everything like that. So they just weren't fitting perfectly. So I was like, dude, will you trade me these pants for those pants? And that's kind of how I got it. So they're just a classic all black denim trouser. They have like your regular traditional pockets on the back, but the cool thing about the pockets in the front is I think they're more like a Western style pocket. It's not like a loop around it. It kind of like almost like a jet pocket with a cut on the bottom. The denim itself is a like neppy black denim that has like really cool textures, and it's got like a shinier look to it. And this is kind of like an acquisition that I didn't expect to be getting, but I'm happy that I had the ability to kind of do this. And this was a great like win-win. He got a pair of pants that he loves, and I got a pair of pants that I love, and we're both just like super happy about the whole situation. So I actually ended up trading him the weekday trousers from Lady Whitecoat. I also gave him as like just a, hey dude, I know you'll like this a lot more than I do. I gave him my Stofa work shirt. It's like a bluish linen. I bought it secondhand off eBay, and it just never fit me perfectly. Like it fit me good enough that I liked it, but as I'm continuing to downsize, I want to get rid of things that aren't perfect for me. And so I knew that that was something that he would absolutely love and just truly enjoy. And another piece I ended up giving him as well was my Morahuz Belgian loafers. I just wasn't ever going to wear them the way that I wanted to, and I knew that he would love them as well. He like only wears Belgian loafers. I think he's got like 4 pairs, so that's like his big thing. So I just knew that he would like those a whole lot more. So I literally gave him 3 pieces just for this one piece, but like everything, nothing always works the same. He ended up surprising me with this amazing pair of pants. These right here, and I always screw the name up, and I'm going to slaughter right now. Aidama. They are a French company that uses vintage dead stock fabric, and he ended up giving me these because, again, he is a little bit smaller than me, so everything that runs a little bit big for him ends up fitting me perfectly. But the thing that was funny about these is these pants are like a one size fits all, and I feel like when that happens, if it's a one size fit all thing, it really ends up being like if you are a 33 to like a 36, they fit you perfectly. And if you're a 38, they're too tight. Or if you're like a 30 or a 29, they're way too big for you. And that was kind of the thing for him. I'm like a perfect 33, 34. He's like a 31, 32. But these pants are super cool. They remind me very similar to my Studio Nicholson pants, but the fabric is super, super cool. They are an 85% cotton and a 15% paper. These ones itself are probably gonna be more of like a summer pant, but this is a pant that I was not expecting to get. I had no idea whether I even liked it or not. So I ended up getting rid of 3 things for one thing, but then ended up getting a bonus pair of pants. And I will say, if you are not familiar with Aidama, Aidama, then I definitely recommend checking them out. They're a super, super small brand that of course he would know about, and I'm really happy that I got them, and I'm excited to wear them all summer. The next two were pieces that I actually had on my wants for fall winter, and I ended up just getting them. If you've been following my videos, you already know about them. I've talked about them in like 3 different videos. My station pants from Haven, I ended up getting them in the corduroy brown. The cool thing about these pants is they are kind of a relaxed fit with a little bit of a taper, and they are a very high waist. And these have been great because I feel like my wardrobe is missing a lot of textures. That's a big thing that you're gonna notice in this kind of pickups video is I feel like I'm missing a number of textures, and I wanted something that's got like a little bit more fun to it. So this was a great example for that. It's still very much within my style, very much within my wardrobe and how I want my wardrobe to be, but is very much different than the black trousers that I continue to get. And they're made in Japan, and I'm supporting Haven, which is a website that I really appreciate and I really enjoy their stuff. So these are things that I'm really happy about. I've been wearing them a decent amount. I am excited to wear them more, but I didn't pack them on my vacation in New York, so these are gonna be getting a lot more wear over the next couple weeks, but really, really happy with these. One of my big things for this year is I wanted an athletic, like shaggy fleece. And one of the things that I was looking at Satisfy had like a pullover one that I really like, as well as, and again, I always screw up the name and I apologize. It's like Gunner. And they are like an independent brand out of Portland that makes the coolest stuff. I felt like this fit more my style, and I felt like it was a little bit better to wear like day in and day out. It's something that I can wear on the bike. I can go for a run if I really want to, but then I can also like wear it casually, and that's the way I've been wearing it. So it's like a traditional liner jacket, but again, it's got the reverse zip on it, which is perfect for me. And then it is a Polartec Alpha, and I just love it because it's like a shaggier feel. It's super, super soft. This is kind of taken over as one of my pieces that I wear like day in and day out, and I just like it because it does a number of different functions, and it's still like fashionable, functional, looks good, and it just adds a little bit more texture and a little bit more fun to my wardrobe. Now I want to get into my New York City pickups. And when I went to New York City, I'm not gonna lie, I really had no intention to buy anything. My goal was to either get like an 18 East zipper, I really like that collared sweatshirt, or a pair of Stofa pants. But the more I thought about getting the black Stofa pants, the more I realized that like I love my proper cloth pair that I think are awesome. I also got an amazing pair from Venspace like 9 months ago that I really liked. I also have my Orslo pair. I've got a lot of like black, cool, fun pants. I just felt like I didn't need more black pants. So I just kind of threw that out the window. And then honestly, I really love the 18 East crew neck, but it just wasn't the time for it. I think I might get it at some point in the future or ask for it for Christmas. But these pieces, I am so excited for. So this is a Debon Thatcher CPO jacket, or I believe they call it like a work jacket or a military jacket. I don't actually remember the name, but if you notice, it's actually a Prince of Wales, I believe the actual thing, it's called like a Lovett tweed, and I was not expecting to like this jacket. I'm really happy that I tried it on. There's this really cool boutique right across the street from Suzeki called Kaya D, and it's a very small boutique. He does a lot of his own clothes, and I do recommend checking out his clothing. But when I went into the store, there was a vibe, and I started trying stuff on, and the biggest reason why I tried it on was I was tired of seeing hair all over my clothes. So I tried this on, and I thought it was absolutely awesome. I love the fact that it's got like a little bit of blue in it. I'm not a blue fan, but it's just got just a taste in it that it looks nice. It's brown, it's got a little bit of gray, and it goes so well with most of my wardrobe. And I felt like I didn't have any like shackets, if you will. So this is something that I did end up getting, and the reason why I ended up getting this was because Victoria was like, I'm gonna buy it for you. It's my birthday gift to you. I want you to have it. I like how it looks on you. So this is super, super cool. If you're familiar with Debon Thatcher, I highly recommend their stuff. They do a really good job of kind of like menswear with like an urban look to it. It's very much on like trend, but not like wildly on trend. And the stuff that they do and the time and effort that they put into clothing, I think is awesome. This jacket is absolutely amazing, and I'm super happy that I got it. It's lined with brown. It's a full 100% wool, horn buttons. I love the texture of it. I just think it looks super, super cool. And it's something that works super well with jeans, but also looks super well good with like a nice pair of black trousers or brown trousers. It's kind of like an everything. It kind of like takes on the color that you're wearing, which is something that I really love. And my next pickup is also a jacket that I got from Kaya D. And basically what happened was I was trying on that CPO jacket and trying on this. This is the Debon Thatcher. It is a blue-green boiled wool, and the jacket itself is called the student jacket. I'm not gonna lie, Victoria was like, pick one, I'll buy it for one, and I couldn't really decide. So she bought one and then I bought this one, and I'm really happy that I did. It is such a beautiful looking green. Honestly, in certain lights it looks black, in certain lights it looks blue, in certain lights it looks green, and it is awesome. So it's very similar to like a traditional blouson, kind of a bungee bottom, which is nice to me, double zippers, Riri zippers. I love the silver pop that it has on there. I think it just adds such a nice look to it. And I think this is just a piece, again, we're adding a little bit more texture to my wardrobe, but then we're also having color, and I'm not necessarily like a big color guy, but I do think that this goes well enough with most of my wardrobe that it looks awesome. So this is basically like the only piece that I paid for while I was in New York, and that's because I couldn't decide between the CPO jacket in that like Prince of Wales tweed and this jacket, so I ended up getting both. This is one of those pieces that maybe I didn't need, especially coming up with the next jacket that I'm going to talk about, but I think it adds really cool kind of textures and looks to my wardrobe, and it's different than anything I have, and that's an important thing for me because I do tend to just get the same old. And then we have my last piece. This is the Evan Kinori. I believe it's called the Pocket Jacket 1 or Crop Jacket 1 or something 1. I'll leave it like before, but I really have no excuse in why I got this jacket, other than the fact that I was like sifting through Grailed, I hearted it, and then like 2 days later, the guy sent me an offer for like $150 off of his ask, and then I even just shot him an even lower thing. So I believe he had it listed for like $750, and I sent him an offer for $400, and he accepted. So it was just like one of those things where it was like, I'll shoot a low ball, see what happens, and that's kind of what happened, but I'm really happy with it. Again, it's adding more texture. This is cool because it is like that black with the white with the brown. Again, it has the Riri two-way zippers, which is great for me, and it's another great layering piece. I love this because this is a large, so it is a little bit oversized for me, which I am completely okay with because I like the fact that it like has a baggier fit, and because it is so cropped, it's like almost like a drop shoulder, and it's like a little long in the arms. I really like it. The cool thing with this too is it's not quite white. It's got more of a beige to it. And then this is a Harris tweed made in California, which I think is super cool. But this is a jacket, again, was just kind of like a little bit of an impulse, but I am very happy that I ended up getting it. So those are the pieces that I ended up selling and trading for and getting, but I do want to go over a number of the pieces that I sold in order to get these, because it is important for me to let you know that I am in this downsizing process. I'm not just frivolously buying stuff and throwing things away. Maybe I am frivolously buying stuff, but I am being aware of the things that I am buying. So I did end up getting rid of my Buck Mason Sawtooth Western shirt. I really liked it. All of these pieces that I got rid of, I liked. Don't get me wrong, like it wasn't like I hated it and I didn't enjoy it anymore, but I just felt like I had too many denim adjacent things or denim jackets, and I love my Orslo one way more than I love my Buck Mason one, so I got rid of that. Number 2 is my vintage Levi's Type 3. Again, too many denim things. I love this jacket. I thought it was great. It fit me super well. But again, like I want to wear my Orslo jacket. I think that is a more fun jacket to wear. I want to age it myself. I love the Type 2 as opposed to a Type 3. And I thought it was just better to have that, as well as I have my Capital Mechanics jacket that I got last year. Like those are the two. If I'm gonna have a dark wash denim and a light wash denim, those are the two that I'd rather have, as opposed to 4 jackets, 2 dark wash and 2 light wash. I feel like that's just kind of frivolous, even though they are slightly different. That is just, I just didn't need it and I didn't want it, and it wasn't exciting for me. The next 2 items are going to be Suit Supply pieces. I had a Suit Supply cotton suit that I really liked. It was a great suit. It just, the cut wasn't my thing anymore. It was much more of a slim fitting suit. I wore it for work for a long time, so I threw it on eBay and I was able to sell it. Just wasn't exciting for me. And then I had a really beautiful striped brown button up that I thought was a beautiful piece. But again, it just was way too slim fit for me. It was like that time where like hashtag menswear and everything was so slim and just again wasn't my vibe. I ended up throwing that on eBay and sold that as well, which I'm super happy about. So those are two other pieces that I just didn't need, and they were sitting in my closet for like the occasion, and I don't want clothes for like the occasion. I want everything to kind of work together and be kind of cohesive within the wardrobe. The next two are Gitman pieces. One is the white Gitman Oxford. I talked about it a couple of videos ago. I'm not an Oxford person. I love a few Oxfords that I have, but the white Oxford, I kept it because I felt like I needed to keep it. And it was like a classic menswear piece that everybody should have in their wardrobe. And I realized that it wasn't my thing, and it just wasn't something that I loved anymore. And then number two is a made to measure Gitman. I believe it was like a herringbone or houndstooth herringbone piece, which I thought was really great, but it just wasn't something that I was going to wear. It was like a light brown. It made me feel like a lumberjack. And you know, if you want to feel like a lumberjack, that's cool. But those are just two pieces that I just wasn't in love with anymore. So I ended up getting rid of those. Both of those were sold on eBay, and I'm super happy that I did. The next one is my Ralph Lauren flag shirt. I really liked it, but I just was never wearing it. It was not my thing. I'm not one to wear an American flag on my chest, so I ended up getting rid of it. I sold it super quick for like relatively cheap. I think I honestly sold it too quick, too cheap, but I just wasn't wearing it. Again, I have awesome sweaters. I just got that James Coward sweater that I'm super happy about, so that was a great reason to get rid of that. And then last, my Red Wing 952. I believe it's a 952 or the 953. I don't remember the exact name. They're the Super Sole. I got them for 80 bucks on eBay maybe 2 years ago, probably 3 years ago. And I liked them for the time that I had them, but I just wasn't wearing them. And again, I want to have less boots and less shoes. And there are other pieces that I have my eye on that I like way more than that. So I wanted to make sure that I'm clearing things out before I'm buying new things. I ended up buying those for 80 bucks. I sold them for 150 because I just cleaned them up. So that was actually like a super big come up. I picked up 7 items. I really only bought 2 of them, and I sold 11 items. So I do think I'm doing pretty well with that, but let me know what you think in the comments. We'll chat soon. Later.